Dr. Luna Najera. Here. Mr. Del Palacio. Here. Mr. Ortega Romero. Mr. Chapman. And Ms. Sutton.
Here. And now please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance.
The Tolleson Union High School District Governing Board would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Lakota, TUHSD peoples, and pay our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. We recognize their enduring connection to this land, their rich culture and language, and the invaluable contributions they have made and continue to make in our community. As we gather today for the Tolleson Union High School District Governing Board meeting, let us remember the significance of these lands and honor the legacy of the original stewards of this territory.
Thank you, Member Chapman. And now to the approval of the regular agenda. It is recommended that the governing board approve the regular meeting agenda. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Dr. Luna Najera.
No.
Mr. Del Palacio. Mr. Ortega Romero.
Yes.
Mr. Chapman.
Yes.
And Ms. Sutton.
Yes. And now to the celebrations. We will have the Information Technology Celebration. Superintendent Guys.
Yes. Madam President, members of the board, I'd like to invite up our Director of Information Technology, Mr. Tony Aguirre, to celebrate his team.
Good evening, President Sun, members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce my team to you guys. These are the folks that work behind the scenes, so it's a very exciting time for me to put them on the line so people would know. Thank you. First of all, this is part of my team. We have a history of taking pictures of the entire team that helped during Professional Development Day. So this is a yearly event that we have, and we're very proud of our team, so we always look forward to taking a team picture. All right, so let's start with the celebrations. The technology department is in charge of ensuring that applications are up and running. And some of those applications that I'm gonna introduce to you right now are crucial to the start of the school year. I'll start with ensuring that applications for the transportations are ready for day one. And an example of the application is here comes the bus. This gives the parents a live view of the student pickup and drop-off locations. Another piece of software that makes it to the transportation department is VersaTrans RP, routing that the routing specialist use to map out the entire district student population. The third application that they use, and we need to be up and running on day one, is the bus route information. This allows the parents to find their assigned pickup and drop-off locations for every student in the district. Why is this important? It's important because 5,800 students drive our buses every day, so it's crucial. The next department that we need to make sure is 100% off on day one, this food and nutritional services. This summer we had the opportunity to upgrade 72 point of sale computers. This is their transaction computers. And why is it crucial? This is the instrument that serves our students. right? The new points of sales are taking 10,000 services per day. So the food service department transactions 10,000 of these students on a daily basis on the new technology that we just provided them with. Another piece of the puzzle that is crucial to the start of the school year is the security cameras. All the security cameras and vape sensors in the bathrooms are calibrated and then turned over to the dispatch center. Every school has a dispatch center. That dispatch center has computers that monitor all the security cameras on campus. This provides a safe environment on day one when the students first show up. Also, what's crucial is all the technology in the classrooms needs to be up and running on day one. So my staff is in charge of touching 610 classrooms district-wide to ensure that the phone is up and running, their computers up and running, their monitors up and running, their smart TV, the wireless access that provides technology to the students when they come into play at the classrooms. So all this is crucial for instruction. So 610, again, my staff touches on a yearly basis. The help desk calls. We have a two-person help desk call center. I'm very proud of this group. 2 individuals that put the face of the technology department. These 2 individuals handle 1,400 calls the month of July and the month of August. So 2 individuals handle 1,400 calls. Out of the 1,400 calls, 390 calls were parent calls. So we also support parent in the community as well. So I'm very proud of this team. Again, 2-man team handling 1,400 calls in 2 months. Our student laptop department. I'm very pleased to announce that our district does a very good job in providing brand new computer laptops to every incoming freshman that you can use throughout your 4 years. So this year, we deployed 3,200 laptops. So that means 3,200 incoming freshmen. At the same time, we support the employees. So we were able to deploy 93 brand new laptops to incoming employees. We're very thankful for the HR department that helps us with this distribution. Overall, I want to share that we service 16,000 laptops and computer devices for the entire team of the technology department. So I also want to share that we have migrated network shares. We're 100% complete on the district side. So as of this summer, the district is 100% on SharePoint. What does this mean? That means that our employees can access these files, these resources from anywhere in the world. Okay? We just finished that this summer. Next in line is we're going to target individual schools so that we can get all their resources, files, whatever they want available on SharePoint. So we can finalize that this year. We're going to tackle that one school at a time. New warehouse and new cafeteria. We work very closely with Mr. Martinez and the general contractors and architects to make sure that every single piece of technology is accounted for. We work, when I say very close, we help design where the time clocks go for employees to clock in and clock out, where security cameras are supposed to be positioned for better coverage, where intercom systems are supposed to go, bathrooms and whatnot, areas that don't have, that we don't have ways to communicate. So when I say that we work very closely with the architect, we do. We get praises for that. They do, some of the architects and contractors mention that they don't have this participation other school districts. So I'm very, very proud of that on behalf of my team. I also very proud of this next topic, network penetration testing. We have a wonderful relationship with the trust, our insurance, and with them we coordinate a penetration test to our network every quarter. So we do 4 penetration testings to our environment to see if we fail or we need improvement. I'm happy to report that we've passed all penetration testing for 5 consecutive years. With the same partnership with the trust, we coordinate quarterly email phishing campaigns, unannounced. Not even the superintendent knows. The only person that knows is myself. And if somebody fails, then they're forced into a 5-minute training. Why is this and the network penetration testing important? Because it keeps the district safe. The safer we are, the better we can service our students and our teachers and our public. CTE internships. I'm very happy to report that we have a great partnership with CTE. On a yearly basis, we meet with them and they give us 4 to 5 students at their senior year. These students participate in an internship program, and I'm happy to always be taking them. We take them under our wing. We provide an internship with them, and at one point, a couple of years back, we ended up hiring somebody finishing an internship with us. So that's definitely good news for the interns, and then definitely good news for us because we bring in the people that we train as well. Now, for the next slide, this is my happy moment, and I'm very proud of this team. I'm going to introduce you guys to the team. So if you guys see your name up on the screen, please accompany me to the podium. I'll introduce you to the technology team. Do we have anybody from Tolleson? And I apologize, not everybody could make it. Okay? Some people are having surgery, and some people had prior engagement, so my apologies for that. I don't think these folks are here today, so I'll introduce them to you. Marcus Sonis has been with us for 12 years. We recruited Mark 12 years ago from the private sector. Ethan Munoz has been with the district 19 years, and we recruited him within the district. If we have that ability, we like that. We have very smart people, and they're welcome to work with us. We're very grateful for our internal candidates. Also, Nate Old, 12 years of service. We hired Nate within the district as well. These 3 gentlemen service 2,921 students at their campus. And their campus is composed of Tolleson, University High, and Lighthouse Academy. Okay, the next school is Westview High and DLA. Between Westview High and DLA, they support 2,191 students. This is Jackie. Miss Jackie has been with us. Miss Jackie has been with us for 25 years, and we hired her within the district. I believe she was registered at Tolleson, and she's done wonderful work within the IT department. And thank you for your years of dedication, Jackie. The next person is Isaiah Watson. He couldn't be with us today. He's been here 4 years, and we recruited him from Legacy Schools. So thank you, Jackie. Both of these gentlemen are here today. La Joya. Jorge Enrique, can you please join me on the podium? These 2 gentlemen support 2,239 students. Obviously, all their staff and personnel, right? But I'm just focusing on the student population that they support. Jorge Hurtado has been with us for 3 years. We picked him up from Levine Elementary School District. And Mr. Enrique Navarro, 2 years of service, we picked him up from ASU. Jorge and Enrique Navarro. Thank you, gentlemen. Our next site is Copper Canyon High School. I believe this individuals couldn't make it in today, but I'll introduce Christian. He's our lead technician for this campus. Christian Torres, he's been with us for four years. We snatched him from the private sector. Miss Jeanette Flores has been with us for 6 months, and we stole her from Phoenix Union. That's my favorite when we grab smart people from other school districts. They hate me, but it's to our advantage as a district. The next person is Terrence Crockett. He's been with us for 3 years, and he came from the private sector as well. Sierra Linda, can you join me up on the podium, please, Mr. Trent? Trent has been with us for 3 years, and we snatched him from, what was the school? Levine. Yeah, two individuals from Levine at two different years. He's been with us 3 years, and this is Trent. West Point High School. I don't believe any of these gentlemen are here, but they support 2,575 students. Mr. Williams Lawrence, he's the lead technician at the campus. He's been with us 3 years, and we grabbed him from I think it's Colorado Public Schools, Denver Public Schools, I'm sorry. Mr. Edgar Pompa, he's been with us for 4 years, and we took him from GCU. Mr. Herman Horta has been with us for 2 months, and we snatched him from the private sector. This is our newest member to our team, and this is a brand new position. Very much needed position. This is our low voltage tech, Carlos Garcia. He's been with us today 9 days. And on day 1, we had him climb up ceilings and install data drops and vape detectors. So this is Carlos Garcia. We snatched Carlos Garcia from the city of Atlanta. The next slide, please join me to the podium. Delfino is our district technician. He services district office and CEA. And the new warehouse, Delfino has been with us 27 years. Veronica has been with us for 2 years, and she got recruited from the private sector. Michael Aguilar has been with us for 4 years, and he came from the private sector as well. Veronica and Michael are the help desk, they man the help desk call center, and these are the 2 individuals that took in 1,400 calls in 2 months. This is, the next person is the administrative assistant to the technology department. Ms. Jacqueline Mel, can you join me on the podium, please? Thank you, Jackie. And Jackie got hired from La Jolla. I feel bad for Bill because she was a good gain into the IT department. Sorry, Bill.
Forgive me.
Ms. Jacqueline has been with the district for 8 years. Jackie Leon. Thank you. This is my leadership team. Mr. Garrett Godoy couldn't be here with us. He's on paternity leave. But I wanted to introduce you to Mr. Garrett Godoy. He's the Assistant Director for Networking Services. He's been with us for 7 years, and we took him from Mesa Public Schools. Mr. Eric Kistler, He's the Assistant Director for Application and Software Applications Specialist. He's been with us for 13 years, and we took Eric from the medical industry. He used to work with Bayer, and we stole him from Bayer. Thank you, Eric. Matthew Haley. This is the only individual that has 2 roles right now, so you're going to see his picture twice. He's our supervisor, manages all the techs at the sites, and he's been with us for 4 years. And I believe Mr. Haley came from Union Elementary. Thank you, fellas. Mr. Bruce Olson, can you join me on the podium, please? Mr. Bruce has been with us for 19 years. We snatched him from the private sector as well. He's a lone star. This is the only server person that we have in our team. He manages all the servers and network. Thank you, Bruce. Next up, we have a network system support specialist. I believe these 2 individuals can join us today, but Stephen has been with us for 5 years. He recently got promoted to this position from Sierra Linda. My apologies, Sierra Linda. And we snatched him from the private sector as well. Lorraine Kramer could be here with us. She's been with the district for 3 years, and we took her from Tolleson Elementary. Application support coordinators. Can you join me, please? You're going to see Matthew coming back again for the second time. So, Mr. Michael Rodriguez has been with the district for 4 years. He got snatched by us from Buckeye High School District. Matthew Haley, you guys know that we stole him from Union, and this is his new role now. Daniel Pham, he's been with us for 6 years, and we stole him from Tolleson Elementary. Thank you, John. Guys, so for me, this is the proudest moment to introduce you to the men and women behind the scenes. I couldn't ask for a better team. The district, they really do the district their work. We appreciate your patience, and we appreciate you guys supporting the technology department. Any questions?
Thank you, Tony. That was a wonderful presentation, and it's nice to see your team, up and going, literally. And always, the unsung heroes that we don't get to see every day is literally supporting us. So thank you for being there. I am a little bit concerned with some of the words that you've used this evening with your presentation. I feel like there's a liability behind, but just for clarification, like snatched, stolen, took. It's like I'm waiting for words like ambush, but you didn't use that one. And also we don't want to cross that line of hazing when we bring in new members like Carlos Garcia. So make sure that he's okay and he's not overwhelmed with anything. But just on a more of a serious note, your job, we understand the extent of the hours and the dedication. Believe it or not, when something goes off, it's his team that has to answer in the middle of the night. This job doesn't stop at 5 p.m. It doesn't start at 8 a.m. Sometimes it could be 24/7, 7 days a week. So thank you for being there for us. Now I'd like to open up to my fellow board members. If you have any comments, questions. Member Luna.
Thank you. Mr. Aino, thank you so much for... Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
You failed to tell us how long you have been here and where we snatched you from. So if you could share with the audience your tenure here.
I've been here 21 years, and I came from corporate America.
Thank you, Mr. Aguirre. I know you've been here for a while, and I thank you for your dedication to the district. I also just want to reiterate the importance that your team contributes to our district in terms of safety, in terms of making sure that our students have the technology, the equipment, and everything they need to be successful. I know that we constantly, you have a lot of kids coming and going with, because we are a one-to-one district, that requires a lot of hands-on deck. And so I appreciate the work that your team does at the most basic level all the way to the most complex levels that I don't speak that language, so I can't even imagine what all it takes to get it done. And so I thank you and your team for keeping our districts moving forward, our schools supported, and our students and staff safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Members? Yeah.
I just want to say that, obviously, the IT field is a field like further than I also don't understand, but I do know that it's much more than just restarting a computer. And, I want to thank you and your team for the productivity and what you do for our district to keep moving. I also, throughout the presentation, I saw that there has been a lot of development amongst individuals on your team, and I appreciate that because professional development is also very important to key contributions that a person brings to a district, and also retention rates as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah. So I want to thank you and your entire team for all the work that you do. It can be very challenging for a school district to do our job, right? Just to educate students if the security isn't functioning, nutrition services, classroom tech, laptops, the marketing, the communication of parents and so forth. So we know how critical your team is to the operations of our district. And I'll just reiterate some of the data points that you shared. 610 classrooms served, 1,400 calls in 2 months, 3,200 brand new laptops for incoming freshmen, 16,000 devices served overall. And 5 years in a row, which is very impressive with regards to the penetration testing. You know how important safeguarding student data is in this day and age, and so that's impressive that we're keeping our students safe. I remember a while back ago that we were concerned about other hackers from other countries trying to get our student data. I used to get phishing emails all the time, and I haven't seen anything, which is nice. I don't have to take that 5-minute class. But, and then, of course, lastly, like everyone else, it's super impressive to hear a leader of a team that knows exactly where they recruited every single person from. That's impressive. And then lastly, I apologize for my son while he was a student here for all the laptop replacements, because you all did such a great job of maintaining those devices when he was here. But no, in all seriousness, thank you, and thank the entire technology department. Without you, we could not function. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of my team, thank you guys. Sorry, Mr. Chuck.
Member Chapman?
I was just about to thank you for the great technology. Now here I am. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. And you must have spared that and it started working. No, just definitely, Mr. Geary, you and your team, phenomenal work. It's amazing that we've been able to recruit people from all different sectors and certainly retain individuals for anywhere from 9 days to almost 30 years. I think it's a testament to your leadership and the support of this community. And I remember many conversations with you over the years. I think 12 years ago, I think we were talking about the novel idea of iPad cards and stuff like that. And then I came out and hung out with you guys today, imaging them and putting them together for classrooms. And now we have one-to-one computing for laptops and hotspots. And the work of your department has significantly increased over the last 12 years with the investments we've been able to make. And the fact that you have a stellar team of individuals that help maintain it and acquire new technology for our students and staff is incredible. So thank you very much for keeping our district running electronically and safely.
Thank you guys.
And I just want to finish up by saying that the department that you are leading is most likely the most competitive, meaning that the job criteria and the requirement and the education for these positions are very, very well compensated in the the team that you presented this evening. So on behalf of the board, on behalf of myself, and all of us, that we don't even know that you are watching us when we're sleeping, not in the previewing. But, you know, in technology and the safeguarding and not to be hacked and having information to be stolen, you know, we sleep well at night because you guys are at the helm. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And now to the summary of the current events. We'll start with the superintendent guys.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board. This year marks the 24th anniversary since the September 11 attacks. And at La Jolla Community High School, they are once again organizing a Run Walk Remembrance event to include local service units. It will take place at the school's track beginning as early as 7:25 in the morning and will continue during PE and all class periods. Teachers and the community are encouraged to attend and walk with the students. I believe they also have it set up that you can be running up and down the bleachers so you can simulate all the flights of stairs that they had to go through on 9/11. And we have a podcast on the Education Exchange, also on 9/11, where we're able to talk with some of the teachers out there at La Jolla Community High School. So for everyone that's available, feel free to contact Bill. He'll give you all the details on coming out there for their walk and run up those bleachers. And Sierra Linda kicked off its 2-day college and career symposium recently by bringing in keynote speakers to address students about ways to set themselves up for future success. And their morning event ended with a trivia game. So great time out at Sierra Linda High School. The TUHSD Unified Kickoff event happened recently at the American Sports Center, and it was a huge success. This is our second year really getting into Unified. It is only getting bigger and better each year. If you have not seen Unified Sports, I can tell you, you have not seen what sports look like when it's pure joy. To go out and watch the Unified Sport events and to see all the creative things that our teachers are doing with PVC pipe and leaf blowers, like it's amazing, all the adaptive technology that they're putting together for our students. And it's amazing to see all of the students going out there, and yes, it's competition, but it's in a different environment where it's just pure joy out there. There's no way else to describe it. It's an event that you should go out and see. We have more Unified events coming up throughout the year, so I encourage everyone to try to get out to some of our exciting Unified events. And we're happy to report that the River Rock is now back home. So congratulations out to our Tolleson Green. 41-0, they beat the Agua Fria Owls under Coach Wellbrock. I think Principal Martin must be a good luck charm because we lost the last couple of years. And now finally we've won the River Rock. It's back home. They went out and won their second game as well, so the team's off to a great start this year. We are happy to report that our district recently celebrated the success of our JAG programs at Gila Bend High School, along with our principals, dignitaries, and staff members. The Westview High School JAG program, along with JAG specialist Sean Moore, were recognized for their excellent work in earning the JAG National 6 of 6 Award, a recognition of programs that demonstrate exceptional outcomes in preparing young people for successful transitions into further education, careers, or the military. So congratulations to JAG for all of their success. And recently we just completed the handoff of Dreamscape. So to give a little bit of a background about Dreamscape, Dreamscape is virtual reality education. There's a lot of employers who are moving towards virtual reality education, employers who have to worry about training people, like for neurosurgery, where it's difficult and dangerous to practice in real life. They do that through virtual reality now. Underwater engineering, well, that's in virtual reality environment. So a lot of people are moving towards virtual reality. Just brag about IT. All right, I think you guys are even a better mic anyway. So a lot of people are moving towards virtual reality for their education. In Arizona, Pendergast was the first K-12 to go partner with Dreamscape. And Dreamscape is a spin-off of DreamWorks. And so they're the ones who are creating the content now that are going into this virtual reality for our instruction. So Pendergast was the first K-12. ASU already has 16 of these centers, virtual reality classroom learning centers. We're the first high school district in Arizona to do it. So we just completed that handoff. All of our staff have just recently gotten trained. By second semester, we should have students rotating into Dreamscape to do labs. Principal Quinones has invited all of her colleagues to come out there, throw on the virtual reality goggles. I've tried it a few times now. It is a fully immersive experience. If you have a chance, you can reach out to her and try to have a chance to check that out. It's definitely going to be a game changer. It's something that we're looking forward at growing as we get more adapt to the technology. And a couple of other things I just wanted to point out. Today was the first day of Commitment Day. This is the second year that we ran Commitment Day out at State Farm Stadium. It is an event that we have, we started here at the Tolleson Union High School District. This is our second year doing it, so no other district has ever done this with State Farm Stadium before, where we bring all of our seniors out there over 2 days to meet with 138 organizations that are looking to help them find their path, find their future, whether it's with colleges, universities, trade schools, businesses, all branches of the military were there. This year, some new additions that we had were Dress for Success. Students came in with t-shirt and shorts, and they were leaving with ties, jackets, dress shoes. They were going through interviews. They had Be a Leader and Access ASU there, helping them prepare resumes. So really setting up our students for future success by getting them to plan now on what they're going to be doing after high school. Tomorrow will be day 2. ABC 15 is expected to cover the event. So if you're up at 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning, feel free to turn on ABC 15. You'll see some coverage of our Commitment Day. And I want to do one last plug for Tyler Hill, because he's still in the running, top 5. We're all crossing our fingers for you, Tyler. So really want to see Arizona's Teacher of the Year be right here in our district. If you're driving down the freeway, look up at the billboards. You'll see some Tyler billboards out there. You pick up a paper, you'll probably see an ad for Tyler as well. We're really promoting Tyler as we come down the final stretch, and he's in the final running to be Teacher of the Year. And that's just a few updates since our last meeting.
Thank you, Superintendent Gaius. And now we'll move to the board members update. We'll start with Member Luna Nahara. Okay. Member Del Pazio.
Thank you. Real briefly, I was extremely excited to attend the Tolleson River Rock game. That was just phenomenal. 41-0, a complete shutout. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to our Tolleson staff, our admin team who were out there ensuring that our students and our parents and community members were having a good, safe time. Huge shout out to our athletes, our cheer, our band. They were excellent. They were phenomenal. No issues. It was just an awesome experience. The stadium was packed, and so it's a huge shout out to our staff, because it's not easy managing a huge crowd like that during football Friday Night Lights. So thank you to Tolleson for doing that. And then lastly, I just want to share that today I did attend day 1, the commitment event, and that was phenomenal to see hundreds of seniors come down, excited and ready to talk to colleges, employers. It was phenomenal. We had Honeywell there. I mean, there was so much engagement happening, and it was so awesome to see the look of hope in the eyes of these seniors who were ready to take that next step after graduation. I mean, that was just phenomenal. And all of them came down, very organized, very professional, had firm handshakes. I mean, it was just a phenomenal event. And to my knowledge, we're the only district that does something like this at this magnitude, where we bus our seniors in to the Cardinal Stadium to talk about their future, to talk about creating a commitment for what's next after high school. So that was phenomenal. And I also want to give a shout out to one of our favorite government teachers here in the district, Mr. Connor. He had his students, his government students, come up to board members to ask us questions, policy questions, why we ran, why we got involved. And it was part of their homework assignment for civics. And so that was important. That was great to be a part of because civics do matter. Our students need that education, and they also need to know who represents them and how the system works. So thank you for encouraging your students to engage in the process. And I'd like to thank Superintendent Gaius and the entire team, the CTE team, everyone who was out there between today and who's going to be out there tomorrow, ensuring that the commitment event is successful. I mean, it was just phenomenal. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Del Blasio. I'm glad you enjoyed the event and very enthusiastic with that. And now to Member Ortega Romero, any updates?
Yeah, thank you. Not exactly an update, but I did want to recognize that September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. The CDC reports that mental health crisis is on the rise in America. About 60 million Americans live with mental health conditions. Yet, despite how common these challenges are, stigma remains one of the biggest barriers to seeking support. And I want to remind everyone that there are people and resources ready to help. Taking care of your mental health should always be the #1 priority, and seeking professional support is for everyone. So please remember that. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you, Member Ortega Romero. Now to Member Chapman. Any updates?
First wanted to mention the Dreamscape Academy program. I think it's going to be phenomenal. We talked about the partnerships we could develop with Pendergast. She would really create a kind of K-12 plus pathway for students, which I think is going to be an incredible partnership. I look forward to seeing how that grows, not just on our campus, but externally. Commitment Day, first day, incredible. I think we almost doubled the amount of companies and colleges that have come out to talk to our students. And I think the important thing is these are individuals that came to our district to talk to our students. Oftentimes, students are kind of like forced or stuck with reaching out to these groups or going to these groups. They made an effort to come to our district. And I believe some people were sharing that some people canceled meetings to stay longer, to engage with our students and stay at the tables longer. This is an incredible program that is student-centered, student-focused. We're saying, kids left with business cards, resumes drafted, suits, clothes, things like that to help them in their post-high school journey. And it's just incredible to see the excitement and the enthusiasm around there. So I too want to thank Superintendent Gaius, who came up with the idea to do something like this. Certainly our OWASP team, our operations team, everyone that played a role in this. I know it's everybody, from security, IT. I know Bert, our bus drivers, were out in the heat directing our students to and from the buses all day, and they'll be back out there again tomorrow in nice cool weather. So thank you all for the work that you've done. And then, just also wanted to mention that, I think, part of the IT presentation, the amount of things that we've been able to invest with our district is, one-to-one laptops, the hotspots, things like that. Certainly thanks to our IT community, but just all the things I think that we talked about and celebrated tonight. In addition to thanking the amazing people that work in this district, just want to continue thanking our community for supporting these initiatives, supporting our students, because this is what we're able to do when we're all collaborating and working together. So not only thank you to our folks working in the district, but certainly all of our community members.
Thank you, Member Chapman, for your update. And I would like to follow with the same sentiment of the Commitment Day, which I also attended, which was my first time attending, and I was just very blown away and very impressed with the organization, the opportunities that these students are able to be exposed and have access and potentially not just getting a quality education, but a livelihood as they seek higher education. Just one booth that I was able to have a very deep conversation at was the Empire Beauty booth. They have a one-year program. The tuition is $30,000, but after that 1 year, which is a very short period of time, they were able to have a job that will allow them to we can do more. And when we can, we're going to take that opportunity. So I want to thank our superintendent, our staffs, our teachers for being out there today. I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow to experience this amazing, event. This is truly a gem. So thank you, everyone. And now we will go into the public participation. And before we start, I would like to read some guidelines around that. All regular and special meetings of the board shall be open to the public. The board invites the viewpoints of citizens throughout the district and considers the responsible presentation of these viewpoints vital to the efficient operation of the district. The board also recognizes its responsibility for the proper governance of the schools and therefore the needs to conduct its businesses in an orderly and efficient manner. The board therefore establishes the following procedures to receive input from citizens of the district. A, any individual desiring to address the board shall complete a form, request to address board, and should have given this form to the governing board executive assistant prior to the start of this board meeting. B, as board president, I shall be responsible for recognizing speakers, maintaining proper order, and adhering to any time limits set. Questions requiring investigation shall be referred to the superintendent for later report to the board. Questions or comments on matters that are currently under legal review will not receive a response. C, if considered necessary, as president, I shall set a time limit on the length of the comment period. In order to ensure that each individual has an opportunity to address the board, I may also set a time limit for individual speakers. I hereby set the time limit to 3 minutes per speaker. And D, personal attacks upon board members, staff personnel, or other persons in attendance or absent by individual who address the board are discouraged. Presenters are cautioned that statements or representations concerning others that convey an unjustly unfavorable impression may be subject to presenters to civil action for defamation. Policies KE, KEB, KEC, and KED are provided for disposition of legitimate complaints, including those involving individuals. Upon conclusion of the open call to the public, individual members of the board may respond to any criticism made by an individual who has addressed the board. E, presentation for unsolicited service will not be permitted. Companies or businesses offering services of possible interest to the district shall send information to the district office for distribution to appropriate school district officials. Governing board members are not permitted to discuss or take legal actions or matter raised during the open call to the public unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion and legal action. However, the law permits governing board members to do the following at the conclusion of the open call to the public. A, respond to criticism made by those who have addressed the governing board. B, ask staff to review a matter. Or C, ask that a matter be put on a future agenda. And our first speaker will be Kim Owens.
Thank you, President Sun. Good evening. Tonight I speak not just for myself, but for the many parents, staff, and community members who are standing together to say enough is enough. Our students, staff, and the district community deserve the very best. They are not pawns in a funding game, but real people with real futures. Public education should be the hub of the community, where every student is valued for their potential and every minute is an opportunity to enrich their lives. Sadly, it's become clear that this vision is not shared by our current leadership. The number of community members, current and former employees, board members, and alumni who come forward with stories of failed leadership is staggering. The interest in what is happening here goes far beyond this district. You are being watched and the public is appalled. A recall effort has now officially begun. We cannot ignore the repeated failures of leadership, the violation of open meeting laws, the ignoring of public records requests, the lack of transparency, inappropriate behavior during meetings, dismissive attitudes towards students, parents, teachers, and most of all, the egregious spending and failure to provide our students with the education they deserve. The community will not accept it any longer. Our schools deserve leaders who listen, act with integrity, and put students first, who follow the law, respect the students and parents, and the community. What we have instead is a breakdown of trust and accountability. That is why the community has stepped forward with this recall to restore honest, responsible, and respectful leadership. This is not about anger or retribution. It is about a necessity to do what is right for students now and in the future. When elected officials forget who they serve, it is the duty of the people to remind them, and that reminder is happening now. The message is clear, change is coming. Our students, our teachers, and our families deserve better, and they will have it. Thank you.
Our next speaker will be Kathy Lopez.
Hi, my name is Catalina Lopez. I count it a privilege to be here, just to be able to speak in front of all of you and in front of this board. I'm a concerned citizen of Tolleson. Was born and raised in Tolleson. I have a long history, my family history in Tolleson. And I'm only mentioning this because that's the reason why I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the money, the funds that are, I don't feel that are being used for our students to better educate and to better support our students of Tolleson and the whole Tolleson district. And I just wanted to remind people how it is to be a teenager these days, with all the things and personal things that they have to go through. But now they have to go through just things that aren't going right at the school. Like, for instance, two meetings ago, the students came up and expressed their concerns about just not having toilet paper in the bathrooms the first week of school, or having to stand in a long line in the heat, in the summer heat, without any shade or anything around them for 15 to 20 minutes just to get their lunch. And so that was 3 meetings ago, and I would like to ask this board, I haven't heard you express or address their concerns, these students that came before you and expressed their concerns. And some teachers came up after the first week of school and said, oh, everything went smooth, everything went great. According to them, it went great, but according to the students that I've heard speak, they didn't have a smooth first week of school. And I'm wondering, are you going to address this to the students that are expressing their concerns? Are you going to say, well, we're sorry that this happened? Are you going to address and say, well, what can we do to make it easier for you just to go through one day of school without having to worry, like I said, about having toilet paper in the bathrooms, or being able to get their lunch on time, or even getting to school on time, because of all there's only one exit and one entrance and one exit to the school. I also want to remind this board and people that don't seem to remember that there are a lot of students, a lot of families in our communities that can't afford to have their students to pay for extra curriculum activities for their students. When I started as a freshman in high school in 1972, I wanted so badly to be in band. I wanted so badly to play an instrument. And
Thank you, Kathy. Your time is up.
My time
Thank you
is
so
up.
much for your comments. And our next speaker will be Hillary.
Superintendent Kayes and governing board members, my name is Hillary. Thank you for serving our community. It is clear to me that that you care about families, students, and staff, and try to make decisions in the best interest of our community. However, I also feel like while you may listen to everyone who comes up here to speak, you don't always take into consideration what is being said. For example, moving the district office. I understand there is a need for more space. I also like the idea that the old office will be repurposed for the use of online teachers and our alternative education students. Putting those students in a building rather than in portables teach those students with the dignity and respect that they deserve, and I appreciate that. However, I also agree that moving the district office to the far end of the district boundaries is problematic. It basically restricts access to the district facilities for Avondale and Tolleson families. The district office should be centrally located, and I feel like the board is not taking that into consideration. And I also disagree with the district selling and purchasing real estate with taxpayer money. I understand at these times districts must get creative in raising funds, but it feels risky in just telling people, oh, it's fine, that's a good investment, is patronizing. Why not engage the community in actual discussions and conversations beyond these public comments? Also, board member Romero requested a discussion on school security and metal detector updates, but I don't see that on this agenda. I personally would like a discussion on metal detectors. I am against them. Why would we spend millions of dollars to treat our students like criminals? So yes, I do have concerns, but overall, it's a great district. Our teachers are some of the highest paid in the valley. All students are provided free breakfast and lunch. We have alternative programs to meet the various needs of students, and we have a partnership with Westman. There are dual enrollment classes for students to earn college credit at significant discounts. Students can take AP exams for free. There are a wide variety of after-school clubs and sports, and I could go on about all the wonderful teachers and staff and the amazing opportunities the district offers our students, and I thank you for that. In order to keep these programs, we need to pass the bars and the right, and we need to put aside our differences in politics and do what's best for students. And that is why I will vote yes on the final override election and encourage others to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Hillary. And our next speaker will be Olga Aros.
Thank you. I come here today as a taxpayer. My background is in corporate America, in government experience. I am an advocate for children, for families, for students, and for women. That is my background. As a taxpayer, I have attended most of your meetings from the very beginning of this year. I was very disappointed, but I'm glad to see that all 5 of you showed up, because it's the first time that I've come where all 5 of you are physically here. I hope that I do not violate all of that long list of guidelines and rules before you allow people to speak to you publicly. I am concerned about the decisions financially that have been made by this school board. I am concerned for several reasons. I'm a graduate of Tolleson High School. My siblings are graduates. My sons are graduates. My grandchildren are graduates. And my great-grandchildren are coming up next. So I am concerned. The school board recently made some financial decisions that are disturbing. The first one I heard of was the $25 million that were transferred to a district outside of the boundaries of this district. It surprised me to know that taxpayer dollars were used to do that without input from the community and without this board listening to the issues. That is disturbing. Secondly, what is troubling, that despite competitive salaries and compensation that we make for the superintendent and our teachers, the students' achievement levels are either the same or declining, particularly in math and in English. We have not seen a plan of how this board is going to deal with that. We'd like to see some improvement in the success and performance of our students. Next, you received some opposition and some comments related to your moving the Tolleson Union High School District to the city of Glendale. It has been in Tolleson for most of my life, and I have lived in Tolleson 70 years. All of a sudden, you want to move it to the city of Glendale, where we will pay taxes there, and you will use our money to do so. You received opposition to that, so I take it that you approved it anyway. So I don't know how much you're listening to anything that we have to say. Finally, there is confusion about your using the 30 acres of land that were purchased by the Tolleson Union High School District in 2018. That land was purchased so you could expand educational facilities and offices if necessary. You made a decision that it would go to.
Thank you, Olga. We appreciate your comments. Your time is up. Our next speaker will be Angelina Hernandez.
Good evening, board members. My name is Angelina, and I'm sophomore class vice president at Westview High School. I'd like to take a moment to highlight how incredibly involved our teachers are, especially Ms. Brown, our student government advisor. Even though it's her first year doing this, she's already made such a huge impact on our student leaders and has shown a real dedication to building school spirit and student engagement. I also want to bring attention to a few things to help better benefit our students. First is WestMec. It's an amazing opportunity, and I am eternally grateful it's given to us. But there's an issue with transportation. I don't know if it's on WestMec's side or our side, but I really think that it would be more manageable for our students to take it if we were provided transportation there. And honestly, our students having more access to those opportunities makes a lot of students want to jump at those opportunities. And lastly, as a student athlete on the wrestling team, I'd like to advocate for updated wrestling mats. Our current ones are worn out and having safer mats and newer mats would help our team represent Westview with pride and compete at our best. Thank you for your time and for supporting our schools.
Well done, Angelina. Thank you for your comments. And now our next speaker will be Adjourn.
Good evening. My name is Adan Murad, President Son, Vice President Chapman, members of the board, and Superintendent Calles. Our students, teachers, taxpayers deserve leaders who put them first, not themselves. That is why protecting their future exists. On July 21st at JLAC hearing, legislators exposed Superintendent Calles, rolling the $25 million real estate deal that raised serious concerns and conflict of interest and misuse of funds. Under questioning, he admitted using his district office during work hours for his private consulting firm. When pressed by the media, he dismissed the charges by calling respected public servants and community members liars. That's not integrity, that's failed leadership. Multiple districts have confirmed that Mr. Calles, Mr. Hicks, and other TUHSD staff perform private consulting work on school property during the school day. Evidence suggests Vice President Chapman received a college degree at district expense, with indications Mr. De Palacio may have done the same. President Sun regularly uses district facilities for political meetings without proper process or payment. Meanwhile, on September 6, 2025, the city of Tempe fired its economic development director for funneling public resources into his private businesses. Tempe acted divisively because the public trust had been broken. The pattern here is unmistakable. Taxpayers' dollars and resources have been diverted for personal benefit. Whether free facilities, private consulting, or taxpayer-funded degrees, this is unethical at its best and illegal at its worst. For these reasons, protecting their future is actively engaged in a recall of President Sun and Vice President Chapman. And because of these egregious misuse of funds under Superintendent Calles, for the first time, we are taking no position on both the bond and override. To put students and this community first, stop the recall, and give hope to the passing future bond and override elections, we call for the immediate resignation of Lisa Sun, Steve Chapman, and Jeremy Calles. Only then can trust and honor be restored to this district. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, and now we will have Dave Briggs.
Good evening, President Sun, Mr. Chapman, members of the Governing Board. From 2020 until 23-24, the district built up a surplus in M&O from 42 million plus to a whopping 73 million plus. Added to that was a surplus in capital of approximately 6 million plus, making the surplus, or now what is called carry forward, approximately $80 million. Where'd that 80 million go? In FY24, at one point, on the budget line item, there was 121 million plus in teacher salaries and benefits. In FY25, there was 107 million plus in teacher salaries and benefits. In FY26, there's only 65,732,000 plus. What happened? Mr. Del Palacio indicated on January 29th that Tolleson was able to help out Isaac because Tolleson was good stewards of its money and had surplus capital. The monies from Isaac came from perhaps the 6 million surplus in capital carry forward and another 19 million from carry forward M&O. The comment raised by Mr. Chapman on January 30th was that the monies provided to Isaac would in no way impact teacher salaries and benefits. Mr. Hicks indicated that the compensation package will be coming to the board in the future, and the contingency funds have been placed in teacher salaries and benefits. So 19 million or more was moved from teacher salary or benefits or somewhere in M&O and was given to Isaac to be paid back in a lease buyback, initially for 12 years, but paperwork indicates the lease is for 5 years and a balloon of 17 million at 6%. Does that money go back to M&O? No. The lease payments go into Civic Center Fund for civic center expenses and capital projects. So that 25 million to Isaac is no longer carried forward to be used to offset M&O expenses, raise the expenditure limit. It's gone. Could it have been used for salaries, for training, for lowering class size? We started this conversation with 80 million plus in surplus for the slides on 129.25. 25 million in change went to Isaac, which would leave 55 million plus in surplus. But the July budget showed only 28 million carry forward. What happened to nearly $27 million, which will no longer be used for raising the FY26 expenditure limit? A total of $51,996,000 is gone. Is Tolleson good stewards of their money?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for your comment. Our next speaker will be Michael Connor.
Thank you, Board President Sun, Vice President Chapman, board members, and Superintendent Cayes. First off, I want to out myself just a little bit here. I'm a Gen Xer, which means I'm not the best with computers. But with that being said, I do thank our technology department who was here, Mr. Antonio Aguirre. Without them, a lot of what we do in our classroom would not be possible. Let's talk about where we've been. This is my 14th year in this district, all of it Westview High School. 10 or so years ago, we started transitioning to doing more testing online so we can get quicker results. Back then, our network couldn't handle it. We were not one-to-one computers. Trying to schedule time for the computer lab was nearly impossible. And every time we did any kind of major testing, the network collapsed. Fast forward to the pandemic, overnight, no one-to-one computers. His technology department was able to bring so many people together, so many resources together to make that possible and to continue to work. Even today, with our current curriculum that we work on consistently in our district, we've moved to a much closer standard-based type grading, standard-based type assessments. I use the technology we have today, including our internet, which, by the way, at this point is incredibly good, and I thank you so much for that. That I'm able to assess my students on a day-to-day basis so I know how they're doing on very specific standards, which enables me to bring tons of resources together. I can reach out to the ESS teachers if it's the ESS students, their case manager. I can reach out to the literacy coach when I'm working on a writing assessment. I can reach out to the EL folks when I'm struggling with my EL, my English learner students. All this is made possible because of technology. What does this mean? This all comes from our bond and override. If we don't pass our bond and override, things like our technology will suffer. Our students will suffer. It is, to me, very disingenuous to say we support students and teachers when, at the same time, we're trying to stop the bond and override because some members of this community are upset at the board. If you're upset at the board, fine, I understand the recall. You guys can do that however you want to do it. That's a political question. But when it comes to the bond and override, you're not hurting the board, you're hurting our students and staff. That is a bridge too far. More beyond that, I just came from day one of commitment days, my second time coming. What an amazing event. It would not be possible if our bonds and overrides don't pass. Look at our staff that we've got. Yes, we get paid. I don't have golden handcuffs. I am in the place I want to be because I love teaching here. I am in the district I want to be in. I don't look to go anywhere else. This is where I want to be. Our curriculum department, our OLAS department, our IT department, our transportation department, our food service department are all doing amazing things because of the bond and override. If we fail to pass our bond and override, our staff and our students will suffer. We need to pass this bond and override.
Thank you, Michael. Great comments. Our next speaker and last will be Melissa Grimshay.
Good evening, President Sun, Vice President Chapman, members of the board, Superintendent Cayes, Ms. Goodman, members of the public, My name is Melissa Germscheid. I am the elected president of the Tolleson Union Education Association. We are the labor union for educators within Tolleson Union High School District. I wanted to talk about specifically the override renewal this evening. We had a tragedy a few weeks ago. High school teachers across the state really felt it. I have quite a few friends who teach at Maryvale. One of my first high school boyfriends was Maryvale. You know, that community felt a really terrible tragedy. Something that every teacher thinks about. What would you do in your classroom? I know the drill. In my classroom, I know where the panic button is. I may have accidentally hit it a couple times, so I know how quick admin will run. But I know where the panic button is. I know where things are in my classroom to protect my students. I know what the plan is to get my students out of harm's way. But you know what? The physical aspect of security is such a small part of what we do. The real security in our schools happens when you have schools that are staffed by people that make the campuses a place where students want to be, where they want to belong, where they want to find their passion for learning, where they intend to grow into the adult that they were meant to be. True security comes when we are able to provide our students with behavior interventionists, which we had more hired this year. Social workers, again, we hired more this year. In-school support specialists, assistant coaches. Our union has always advocated that we have more people to provide supervision for our students, to provide someone for them to talk to. We have one of the lowest student to counselor ratios in our area, and that has been something we have been advocating for quite a while. It means that our counselors take on less of a caseload so they are able to address the needs of our students. We have instructional aides, not only in special education, but also in general education, meaning our students get the help they need and frustration becomes lessened. We're able to provide bus monitors and caring, supportive bus drivers who make sure that our students have a friendly, smiling face to drive them to school every single day. None of this would be possible without the maintenance and operations override. That override renewal means that we can continue to provide our students with the personnel and programs on campus that make them want to come to school every day, that give them a place to belong, that give them adults who are ready to support them and make the school a safer place. It is a prevention measure, and I urge the public to vote yes on this renewal.
Perfect timing, down to the zero. So that concludes the public participation, and we will now move to the information discussion item, expulsion. And this item was recommended and requested by myself for those that are concerned about votes regarding the expulsions. In particular, my vote, that is a no, versus my fellow board members that says yes. And I just want to start off by saying that my vote as a no does not support or align or in agreement with the student at hand to be returned back to campus. It's just the values and my belief of the system that is not addressing the need of the students before the incident has even occurred. But the vote does not translate over to a student brought back into the classroom. My no vote is to say we have other options and that we need to start exploring them without jeopardizing the students, the staffs, the teachers especially, is not what I personally believe in putting in anybody in harm's way. When we have these situations, we go into executive session and we have our discussion. We come out, we make our votes, based on what we believe is best. But that does not equate, does not translate that I am in support of students not being reprimanded or being punished by what is set in statute. I'd like to open this conversation if my fellow board members would like to share their views on this subject matter, in addition to Superintendent Gaius, if you have any concerns around this.
My only concern is that this item did not appear to be properly noted in the agenda. There was no description of what the topic was, so that did not allow the public to speak to this topic, nor were there any attachments. So we're robbing the public of being able to express their concerns on this item because it literally just said expulsion, no context, no information. How do we expect people to discuss if they don't know why it's even on there?
Member Luna, thank you for your input. I think when we wrote the agenda, that was, advised. So I wouldn't want to make it into detail, but moving forward, that's an adequate, comment that we will take that into consideration.
But it's a policy violation. It's in our policy that it must be noted and enough information needs to be placed on there for the public to participate, because that's who we answer to, not to each other.
The content of the agenda is set by myself and the superintendent. So when this came upon to the agenda, my lived experience saying that the expulsion is around the subject matter expulsion, and that is for me to bring this up to the agenda. It's my request that we can have a discussion. As far as having the public comment, they can make their comment again whenever they wish when we have our meetings. That's still open, and that's not going to be lost. But moving forward, we'll put more details to be a little bit more specific. For me, this was just for my request, just to explain my no vote and to give the public the opportunity to hear what that means and what doesn't translate or translate with the vote. And that this is just my personal, thoughts, and how we vote is our vote, and that no one is to influence or to sway in that decision. But with your comment, we will definitely take that into consideration. Once again, fellow board members, any comments, any questions? All right, now we will move on to the next item, which will be the approval of the consent agenda. It is recommended that the governing board approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Roll call? You say you moved. Okay, I second. Roll call, please.
Dr. Luna Najera?
No.
Mr. Del Palacio?
Yes.
Mr. Ortega Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
And Ms. Sun?
Yes. And now to the item, letter H, action discussion item, the review of the instructional time model. Superintendent Gaius.
Yes, Madam President, I'd like to invite up Dr. Rosalba Luna to go over our instructional time model.
Good evening, President Sun, Vice President Chapman, board members, and Superintendent Gaius. So we are required to bring our instructional time model that differs from the 5-day in-person that we traditionally have comprehensive high schools. In the application, we have DLA, CA, and Lighthouse instructional time model. So it differs from the five-day in-person traditional model. In the application, you have the hours that they operate, and then also the virtual opportunities that our students have in DLA. CA and Lighthouse, they are a school this year, so we have a CTDS number for them, so that's why we also have their instructional model in this instructional time application. We also have Mrs. Baumgard and Mr. Johnson here to also answer any questions. So this is just, the application is just to give you information. For next board, the next board meeting, we also will present it again.
All right, thank you so much. And we look forward to the presentation in our next board meeting. Is that what you said?
We'll bring it up again for next board meeting because for ADE, we are required to bring it twice to the board.
Oh, twice, and then, okay. All right, thank you so much. Do we have any questions, comments? And now that will move us to the request for future agenda items. I do recall Member Romero Ortega, if you have the same request, we will put that in the next agenda. We're busy with commitment day, but we will definitely have that on in our next agenda.
I have a request, if I may.
Please.
Yeah, I would like to see if we're able to get either a presentation, a detailed presentation, or a work study to discuss our financial plans that we have in terms of where we're supposed to get the money for the school, the dome, the district office, the Westview ROTC, the Tolleson High School, the Tolleson ESS building, and any other projects that are coming down the pipeline. I think the community is interested in knowing where we're going to pull all these funds from to accomplish all of this growth.
We will look into that, and we will get back to you. And if you could make those requests a little bit more specific, and you can email that over, we'll definitely see what we can do. And just for some housekeeping, our future meetings of the governing board, our next one will be September 23rd, regular meetings 6 p.m., as well as October the 14th, October the 28th, regular meetings at 6 p.m., same location. And without any further ado, roll call?
Motion to adjourn.
I second. Roll call?
Dr. Luna Najera?
Yes.
Mr. Del Palacio?
Yes.
Mr. Ortega Romero? Yes. Mr. Chapman?
Yes.
And Ms. Sutton?
Yes, thank you everyone. The meeting is adjourned at 7:30. Have a good night.